I lost my job, apartment, and Rexty in the same week. But it was a 2 a.m. phone call from a stranger that saved my life. 3 months ago, I was sleeping in my car outside a 24-hour gym where I'd sneak in to shower. I was down to $73 and had been living on protein bars stolen from the gym's front desk when no one was looking. Rock bottom doesn't begin to describe it. That night, rain hammered against my windshield so loudly I couldn't sleep. My phone was at 4% battery, but not enough to look for shelter locations. Not that it mattered, the city's women's shelters were full, and the general ones. Well, I'd heard stories. When my phone rang at 2:14 a.m., I almost didn't answer. All number probably a scam, but when you are desperate, even spam calls feel like human connection. Hello? My voice cracked from disuse. Is this Sarah Williams? A woman's voice, slightly accented, was asking. Years of customer service training couldn't hide my suspicion. My name is Leela. I found your resume in our system from 2 years ago. I know it's inappropriate to call this late, but we have an emergency situation at Golden Oak Seashore. Living 3 staff members called out sick, and we need someone anyone ace for an overnight shift. It pays $18 an hour. I sat up straight, suddenly wide awake. This is a job offer. At 2 a.m. I've called 17 people already, she sighed. I am desperate. It's just one night, maybe more if you work out. I looked around my car's fast food wrappers, the duffel bag containing everything I still own, the parking ticket I couldn't afford to pay. Text me the address, I said. Golden Oaks was a sprawling facility in an affluent suburb. Lila met me at the service entrance, a woman with deep circles under her eyes and a hijab that looked hastily pinned. Have you worked with dementia patients before? She asked, handing me a set of scrubs. I hadn't. I'd been an administrative assistant at a tech company before the layoffs, but I nodded anyway. Just check on them hourly. Make sure no one wonders about everything in this log. She tossed a clipboard at me. I'll be back at 7 a.m. Before I could ask any questions, she was gone. I was alone on the walk toward with 16 elderly residents. I didn't know that night changed everything. There was Mr. Chen, who spoke only Guashan but taught me to play chess at 3 a.m. Mrs. Abernathy, who thought I was her daughter and sobbed while telling me she was sorry for something I couldn't understand. And Mr. Sullivan, a former English professor who was surprisingly lucid and asked me why I looked so lost. Because I am, I admitted, surprising myself. He studied me for a moment. We're all just walking each other home, dear. Some of us take longer routes than others. By morning, I was exhausted, but somehow lighter. When Layla returned, she looked shocked to find everything in order. You stayed, she said simply. Did you think I wouldn't? She shrugged. Half the emergency hires walkout within 2 hours. These people, they're a lot, but they matter. I glanced back at the hallway where my unlikely companion slept. Yes, they do. Can you come back tonight? She asked. That was 3 months ago. Now I have my own studio apartment, walking distance from Golden Oaks. I am the activities coordinator and I'm taking online classes in gerontology. Mr. Sullivan passed away last week. At his memorial, his son approached me. Dad mentioned you a lot in his final weeks. Said you were proof that sometimes people find exactly where they belong by getting completely lost first. Sometimes the cruelest night of your life delivers you exactly where you need to be, and sometimes salvation comes in the form of a desperate 2 a.m. phone call.